there. I have been sent here to talk to you about darkness. I wrote a little poem, so I'm going to start off with a poem and then we'll get into some things. When you discredit my darkness, you take away from my wholeness. You compliment my smile for being so bright, but you do not appreciate the darkness of my lips, for if they were white, even the brightest of smiles could not be beautiful. You see, it is the darkness that makes the brightness exist. And if you were to expel the worst parts of me, then I may as well be non-existent. Now, I wrote this poem after realizing that a lot of us think that we have to be super happy all of the time, or that the spiritual life is one of positivity and abundance and radiance and all of these amazing things, and you know, not working a 9 to 5 and you know, all of this crazy stuff. And the truth is, all of that stuff exists, but so does the darkness. It's just a universal law of contrast. There has to be both. And it's totally cool to focus on the light, but don't get so caught up in it. I do that all the time. I'll have a bad day and I'm thinking, why am I feeling crappy? And then you feel crappy for feeling crappy. And it's just this cycle of never-ending doom. And sometimes we just sort of wallow in it and we don't want to get out of it. And that's kind of just life sometimes. I'm reading this book. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. And I wanted to read a quick little excerpt about this topic. You get anxious about confronting somebody in your life. That anxiety cripples you and you start wondering why you're so anxious. Now you're becoming anxious about being anxious. Oh no, doubly anxious. Now you're anxious about your anxiety, which is causing more anxiety. Quick, where's the whiskey? Now here's the problem. Our society today, through the wonders of consumer culture and hey, look, my life is cooler than your social media, has bred a whole generation of people who believe that having these negative experiences, anxiety, fear, guilt, etc. is totally not okay. But here's the thing. Back in Grandpa's day, I love this part, he would feel like shit and think to himself, gee whiz, I sure do feel like a cow turd today. But hey, I guess that's just life. Back to shoveling hay. But now if you feel like shit for even 5 minutes, you're bombarded with 350 images of people totally happy and having amazing fucking lives, and it's impossible to not feel like there's something wrong with you. So that's from this book, amazing book. You should go read it. But pretty much just trying to say here that it's okay to have down days and it's okay to feel anxious. It's totally valid to feel emotions. We are human. I think a lot of the time we like to sort of put a mask on, hide the fear, make ourselves look like we're happy all the time. But I think that it's the fear that you hide that will make you bitter. It's the fear that you let sort of cause all this anxiety in you, but you don't really say a word about it. That's the fear that will get you. What I'm trying to say, coming back to it, is that it's okay to feel shitty. It's okay to have bad days. It's a part of life. It's a universal law of contrast, like I said, and sometimes we gain clarity through the polarity, if you know what I mean. We need both sides. We do. And to think that you can completely eliminate darkness in your life is a little bit naive. I used to think that all the time, but I think once you accept the darkness and just surrender to that moment, and then take steps to, you know, living your best life, I think that's a more healthier way to cope with anxiety and things like that than just hiding it and pretending like your life is incredible, because social media is a highlight reel and we all know that, but we somehow still don't believe it. So anyway, that's my take on darkness and how social media is affecting us and making us believe that there is only light, when there in fact is not. There is both, and both are okay, so be okay with it. Okay, that's enough. That's enough for today. Okay. Bye.